that. Okay, we just did something private here in the Bay Area. YouTubers, none of your business, but it's great to see you. It's Greg from Concord, California, simulcasting around the world. We better start moving. Take your shoulders around in a circle. If you turned your camera, now remember, if you're local and you want your camera on or off, that's up to you. Sometimes people have their camera on in the Bay Area and I get to see their cats. Other way, 1, 2. Now, I just got back from Yosemite, or near Yosemite, where I'm doing my yoga retreat next month. Oh my God, it is so beautiful up there. I just did some reconnaissance. This is the most amazing venue. But if you're not coming to that one, please come at the end of next October. I'm renting all of Westerbeek Ranch in Sonoma. So there's always something coming up. Okay, so we're just doing some joint juice. If you're brand new and YouTube dropped you off, then just start watching and just start moving your A double asterisk a little bit, okay? I am tight. I got back from Yosemite. It's a 3-hour drive. I was tight, I was hot, I was hungry, so I went for a walk in the heat. My calves are so tight. And it's like, well, what? You should do yoga. It's like, shut up. You have no idea how much yoga I do, and I'm still a human and we get tight. So I'm glad we're going to do some restorative yoga with a special emphasis on the calves. Okay, take your noggin around. By the way, Helga, 90 is the new 89. 4, 5. I think most of you know Helga. I've been in many classes with her at the Yoga Confusion back in the day. Other way, 1, 2. For me, 90% of yoga fun is just being with my friends. I like moving. I like doing the stuff, planks, push-ups, throw-ups, but 90% is love of friends. 10% is movement. 10% is math. 7, 8. Good. Relax your head down, fall asleep for 20 seconds. Contemplate your navel. We are calm and cool, kids. We're more cool than 1,000 Fonzies. Okay, acupressure. This is a cooling acupressure. You just tap your thenar eminence, your wrist point. How do I know that? How do we know anything? Good, and then cat's cooling off. And then down in here, and I'm just gonna push and smush a little bit. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, your wrists are probably as stiff as a boiled lobster, but all my Bay Area friends, they have really flexible, resilient wrists from doing this. Good, and then this shape of your hands, I call this vulture. Put them in upside down. Most people never stretch their wrists like this. Hey, cat, get your furry buns over here. My cat and I have both put on a couple extra pounds. We've realized that, and now it's getting hot, and my cat and I are going on a diet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's easy to slip on a couple extra pounds when you're not paying attention. Just a little bit of extra food. Maybe we eat for emotional comfort. Have you ever done that? I need an ice cream bar. Holy crap, am I subject to that? But you can tell the belt gets a little tighter. Shake it out. Now I'm trying not to judge. We all have our quirks and foibles, ups and downs. One of the great principles of yoga, very rarely talked about, and I can see why. It's called Mitahara. It means controlled, intelligent intake of proper food. It's like, nah, nah. Good. Cup your hands at your heart, drop your chin, close your eyes. Be calm and peaceful. Good, and one seated forward fold and then into restorative in yin. So if you're tight in Tennessee or crispy in Cleveland, don't push too hard. This is yin yoga. We take time. Drop your chin, relax your shoulders. If you want, you can just kind of gently tune me out. I'm going to walk my hands over to the left a little bit and stretch my right bun down. Open up my rib cage. Oh my God, the drive to Yosemite through the Sierra foothills. That's just magic. That's magic leprechaun land. If you haven't been to Yosemite, I know you guys have all been there, but we always have to go again. Good. Walk over to the other side with your paws. Dig that left bun down. Good, my friends. Come on up. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, what's this thing? It's a big cushion underneath me. I invented restorative yoga on a trifold mattress. Go on Amazon and get a trifold mattress. $65. I bought 30 of them. I think I've given them to all of my friends. If you don't have one, look me up. I'll bring one to you. Good, sink down. Full service yoga, kids. All right, come on down. Now, we're going to do something a little different because I've realized how tight my calves are. And when your calves are tight, the pose that really releases the ankles, the shins, the calves, and the feet is squat. Now, for some people, squatting is not a restorative pose. It's miserable. So I've been watching a lot of YouTubes from people with 1 million followers on squatting. But if you're really tight and you can't squat, you just go like this. And this is the same as squatting. And no one's going to judge you. And you can do this and just relax. But I want your head supported. And if your knees widen like mine, try to squeeze your knees in tighter by wrapping your elbows. We're just going to do this for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And if you can't squat, some of my Bay Area friends are professional squatters. I am not. Now, the best kind of squat from professional squatters, feet out a little wider, and actually the heels are as wide as the toes, if not even a little toe in and heel out. I am not constructed that way. And of course, if you can have your heels down, you can put a blanket underneath your heels. It really depends on your parents, whether you can get your heels down in a squat or not. If your parents couldn't squat with their heels down, you can't. And if they did, you can. But how much can you relax in this pose? It's daunting if you're crispy in Cleveland or not so bendy in Baltimore. But if you would just trust me and my cat, that if you squat for a couple minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes every day, you can do it on the side of a hill. But this is tied for first of all the poses that are going to reawaken and re-enliven your body. It lengthens your spine, it opens your hips, it releases your feet. Now I have to lean forward. Really good squatters, my teacher, when he would squat, wide feet, butt on the floor, spine straight up and down, just completely unfair. Now your calves should be kind of singing a little bit. Now if you're doing this on your back with your knees in, good for you. Just do something. Temptation to have my iPad, watch some YouTubes. I was watching YouTubes on my drive home. Horrible habit. Today's theme is breaking bad habits. Now, I know most of my friends don't have any bad habits anymore, but maybe there's 1 or 2 left. can hardly wait to get a Tesla with full self-driving. Then you can do whatever you want. One more minute. If you don't like this class so far, it can only get better from here. It's amazing what this does for spinal health. And of course, most Americans are just sitting in chairs at the office all day long, and the spine, the hips, the knees, the ankles, it goes dead. But the brain keeps working, but the body goes dead. That's no fun. You want to be like Helga and have your body, mind, and spirit operating at peak efficiency at age 90. You know, I'm going to top it off just by bringing my knees down and sitting on my toes that are folded under. If you can do that, I know it's not the most popular thing, but sorry. Everything else from this point forward will be euphoria, ecstasy, and bliss. You know what I say about this pose? Ouch. Okay, now I'm turning sideways on my blue cushion. Now I get to widen my knees, bring my feet in together. I bring my bolster in as a Pez dispenser, and we're gonna cool jets, kids. So I hope you're willing to dim your lights, lay it out. I know if you're brand new, this big pillow underneath, it feels good. My friends in the Bay Area, they're very bendy. They're on their blue cushion. Their knees are spread super wide. Their crotch is all the way down. Build it to suit. And I'm going to do left ear for 2 minutes and right ear for 2 minutes. Child's pose, Balasana. Okay, I'm going over to my other ear. I hope you are too. Now I'm spreading my knees out wider. I've almost got my crotch down. So this is kind of like the side splits, but not as much torture, kind of more restorative and peaceful. Can you reach your arms way forward and maybe grab the end and push your armpits down? And oh my God, way underneath my shoulder blades. Can you slide your arms by the side of your body and bring your palms up underneath your under parts, kind of? Okie doke. Oh, it's getting good now, kids. Now I'm going to move this bolster off to the side. Now, obviously, I'm kneeling, right? So my knees are wide, toes together. I understand if you're watching and you can't kneel yet, you will if you keep this stuff up. It's not easy for those of us over 45. But if you can, put your hands behind and take this down here part and thrust it up to get younger, healthier, friskier, and more joy in your life. Happy hips. Good. Now, here's an interesting transition. I'm just going to come forward and I'm going to bring my buns down and I'm going to bring my feet up. Now what? Well, I'm spreading my arms out and I'm letting my tushy, my keister sink a little bit. My feet are up. I'm up on my elbows. Now this is a spinal stretch. Remember, this is yin restorative. This is not vinyasa, core power, break your neck kind of stuff. So we're just letting the chest sink, relaxing my chin down. Now with these feet that are back here, if you may not be able to do this, just start to lower them down. And if you can, bring them all the way down. And if you can't, then do what you can. Now I'm kind of pushing the front of my pockets. I'm kind of pushing my, how can I say this? I'm kind of pushing my zipper down a little bit, just opening up my hip flexors, getting a little more space in my spine. If you're bendier than me and you want to lift your whole spine with your arms straight and push your crotch down, you feel free. Looks like the camera's frozen. I'm being amazingly calm and peaceful. You know, that's a challenge for me and my brain. Good. Now from here, you're really, after this, you're going to like this next one. My legs are going to straighten out behind me like that. I'm going to lay on my left ear and we're going to do restorative neck stretch for 1 minute. Now somebody just tuning in would go, wow, look at this YouTube channel. It's somebody sleeping in their living room. But little do they know the genius restorative yoga that we're doing. You might jiggle your booty a couple times, relax your shoulders. This is more challenging than you think, especially on the cushion, because you start to sink in, you get this way deeper release, neck, back, and shoulders. Good. Other ear. If you can't do this, if this is too much on your neck, just do something else for a minute. Okay, my friends, we're never not doing restorative yoga without some cats and some cats. Wag them tails, undulate that pelvis, oscillate your booty, loose your caboose. People that do this are happier than people that don't. It's just the way it is. Couple more. My cat's watching me. He goes, "That's not bad for a human." Okay, now, if you're 50 plus and you can crawl forward and fold your toes under and just make this transition to get on your butt, just go back over your feet and squat and then sit and then extend your legs out. Now, if you're 20, piece of cake, no problem, embarrassingly easy. But I teach yoga for people that are 45 plus. I teach one person who's 45 times 2. Buns up. I'm on this giant mission I'm starting to seriously market around the world yoga for 45 plus. All you people less than 45, feel free to join us. We'd love to see you. Good, come on down. All right, now, you guys know one of my favorite poses. It's tied for first with squat. Is Supta Ardha Virasana. My Bay Area bendies, they don't need as many cushions as people in Kansas and Cleveland do. So you can see that I angled a big thing behind me, didn't I? How about this? Just bring your feet together and do this super easy if you can't do what's upcoming, just do this. Spine is angled, head supported, elbows down, crotch open, knees spread, cooling my jet, so to speak, and just do this with me for a minute before we get to the more challenging position. And when the more challenging position comes, if you can't do that, keep doing this. This is a great yoga pose. My ceiling fan is blowing cooling air down to my overheated body, head supported, shoulders relaxed. I could do this for 6 hours easily. If you're brand new and you're desperate in Dallas, put a couple of blankets underneath your knees so your crotch is not splitting open. You don't want to hurt yourself. You want to stretch yourself. Here's an example of that. Here's a cushion, a little baby cushion underneath the knee. It's not easy teaching 1 billion people at once, but somebody's got to do it. Okay, now, this is the easy, super easy version of this pose. Now, I'm going to come up, and as we always do, because it's the best pose in the world, folding my right shin under. And all my Bay Area friends are so flexible, they lean all the way on their back with big, happy grins on their face. Me, that's why I built this thing underneath me. Helga does this, she's 90, I'm doing this. I just entered my 70, I'm 69, but that means you're entering your 70th year. And we look fabulous because we do yoga. If you need a bigger, say you're up here and you can't lean back at all, put more stuff underneath you. Damn it. Stretch your left leg out if you can. Take your arms back over your head like a supermodel. Six months ago, me in this pose, we'd gotten a divorce. We didn't like each other. We moved out, separate houses. But then I got this blue cushion. We went into couples counseling, and now it's back to the honeymoon days, me in this pose. Remember your honeymoon? I've never been married, so I've never had one, but you never know. Have a honeymoon with yourself. Now, if I wasn't on my blue cloud cushion, I'd be screaming, but because I'm on this, I can actually yin and restore it. I'm relaxing into it rather than gritting my teeth, and that gets so many deeper layers of our bodies, and that releases tension, trauma, fear, anxiety that most of us humans have contracted to some degree. One more minute on this side. Soak it up, my friends. All right, transition out slowly. I bring my spine up. We do the wonderful counter pose, palms behind, and loose your caboose. Stretch thigh front. Now, if you're a Bay Area bendy, you can just grind the gears way up, lift up. So good for you. So good for you. All right. Now, the one optional pose, if you're crispy in Cleveland, you probably can't, but just when your lower body is in this, turn to your right like this. I know it could be really hard. Left hand grabs right hip or right ankle, right arm behind. Snake your right arm behind your back. It's a prayer pose. Stop thinking just for a minute. When we stop thinking, the bliss bubbles up. Inhale with me. Exhale with me. Good job. Now, if you're 10 years old, it's really easy just to slide that leg out, and then we stretch them out. That pose leaves an impression. So I straighten my knees, push out through my heels, stretch up really tall. Can you get your arms back behind your head and your chest, not cave chest, but proud chest. Release. Right knee out to the side. Remember, you could just be doing this the whole time if you like. I'm just going to relax today. Fold your left shin under. Boop. All right. I have to take my time relaxing into this. I'm just telling the truth, taking my time. Flexible people just lean all the way back. They don't need nothing. Right leg extends, arms back over. This pose really separates the amateurs from the pros, but as long as you're doing it, that's what matters. Do something. Boy, the quadriceps, oh my God, the big muscles on the top of your thighs. Hip flexor, left butt drops, shoulders release. I'm flexible enough again that I can extend my right leg out. About 3 or 4 minutes. It's yin yoga. You signed up for it. My left hip is pretty higher than my right hip, but it's dropping, it's sinking. Fall asleep. Go ahead. Fall asleep. Remember all those years in school when at university you weren't allowed to fall asleep in class? You're allowed to fall asleep in this class. Can you move your breathing mat more toward your belly button? Okay, finally got my arms back over my head. I'm not kidding. You do this with us at Upward Spiral Yoga a couple times a week. You're gonna you're gonna start feeling so much younger and happier and more alive in your body. Stress will fall away. Problems will you've been struggling with will naturally resolve. Okie doke. Bringing myself back up. We got a counter pose. Pause behind. Loose your caboose. Grind your gears. Go over the moon. Lift up. Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh, okay. Now, maybe you can't do the twist, maybe you can, but I'm going to turn to the left as best I can. Snake your arms around behind you if you're willowy and serpentine. I grab the side of my blue cushion. That pulls me kind of down and to the left, helps me get my twist. No one's going to judge you in this class except for you. And if you are, just cut yourself some kindness, but as long as you're doing the work. There's always somebody way bendier than you are, whatever. Good. Inhale together and come out. Drag this leg back around. Good job. I'm going to square up with you a little bit. Move my stuff off to the side. Now, I was kind of thinking about doing pigeon pose, but since it's Helga's birthday, and if you're watching on YouTube, that's none of your business who Helga is, but Helga doesn't like pigeon pose, so instead we're going to do a pose called Helgasana. Helgasana is actually a lying on our back twist, so we're totally going to veg out in just a super delicious blue cushion twist, and everybody likes it. It's universally popular, but you got to put a blanket or a little bolster underneath your neck, and we'll do like 4 minutes on each side. It's very simple and really wonderful. On your back. I'm moving over to the right side, bringing my right knee in, bringing it over, and it doesn't get any more restorative than this. Helga, we're not doing pigeon pose just for you. Now my Bay Area bendies, they bring their whole torso fully opens, that arm fully out. Take your time. Please have your head supported. Bring this right knee is all the way down. It's all the way down. Now just add time. I don't think Helga will mind because I'm not using her last name and she's anonymous, but my friend Helga was born in Germany in 1936, which was not the easiest time to be born in Germany, and I don't need to expand on that, but talk about a resilient human being. We all need heroes. Now I'm pushing into my left elbow, which I only do when I'm on the blue cushion, and that just twists me so good. Wow, I've got my right shoulder down. I'm very bendy. It must be the heat. By the way, if you're new and you're watching on YouTube, restorative twists, they are about as close to magical when it comes to squeezing and releasing and helping to free stuck energies and physically, emotionally, mentally. If you do restorative twists a few times a week, you're constantly refreshed with new ideas, creative new solutions. Okay, good friends, really big inhale, although I know it's a challenge when you're twisted. Inhale. Exhale, super extra cat, melt open. Good job. Bring the knee back up. My twist opened up 15 degrees at least. Good. Now I slide over to the left, plump up my neck, Extend my legs out. Left knee comes in. We swoop it over. Wump. Chances are your left shoulder lifts. Plump up neck. Pin your knee down with your right hand. 4 minutes on this side. Remember all that hard stuff we did at the start, squatting and sitting on our folded toes and such? Now is the payoff. I can use my left hand. I can kind of grab my cushion and push it into my right elbow, and pretty good twist. This is why I'm such an amazing golfer. I'm going to shoot my age this year. I'm going to shoot a 69 in my 69th year. Finish your exhalations all the way. Got my left shoulder down. Got my knee down on the other side. My neck is so supported I can relax my overheated brain. One more minute, you can do it. Okay, biggest inhale you can. Biggest deep relaxing cat exhale ever. Cats know how to twist. Good. Now I'm bringing my knee back up. Now I want everyone else but Helga to go into Shavasana. Helga doesn't do Shavasana and she can do whatever she wants. So Helga, I don't know how to say happy birthday in German, but I love you a lot. And since you're leaving, but everybody else, I'm going to do, night Helga, I'm going to do custom Shavasana. And by that, I simply mean I'm going to put a bolster underneath my knees. Now I'm going to do kind of a wacky version tonight. I'm going to put a baby bolster underneath my chest, right at my bra line. And then I'm going to put a blanket underneath my neck. This is called waterfall version. If this makes no sense, if you're crispy in Cleveland or desperate in Dallas, just lay on your damn back and you just veg out with me, okay? But this is kind of the stretchier, more releasing version. Knee supported, bra strap, neck. Now at the start, it's a little more, but oh my God, I'm going to melt into this. 5 minutes. I won't bother you very much. Don't forget to relax your mouth, your jaw. Let your Upper and lower teeth separate. Maybe let your lips purse, relax your tongue. If you don't like the blanket or bolster underneath your bra strap, you don't have to do it. This is just for those who like more. One more minute. Okay, start to breathe back toward your body. Maybe you left your body and are up floating in the astral plane. Start to come back to earthly plane. Reoccupy your skin suit. Good. I recommend wiggling your fingers and toes and circulating super ecstatic feel good through your body. Love, bliss, joy. Good. I'm going to curl over on my side. Fetal position. All right, with jets sufficiently cooled, we'll sit up to conclude together all the way around the world. Now we're all separate in different parts of the world in different XY coordinates, but if we close our eyes and draw within to our heart, we come to the place where we're all in the same place. And then all together around the world, we all say, Namaste. Boy, did I enjoy that. YouTubers, I always bid Avida Zane and Arrivederci to you first. Thank you for helping grow the channel. We're well up over 1,000 subscribers, and thank you for leaving a comment or liking or subscribing if you haven't. It really helps us grow. It's my mission unabashedly to spread the love and the joy of yoga to as many people as I can, especially those maybe over 40 or 45. Thanks